Greetings over the diaspora. For those that do not speak the languages that we speak, welcome back to Rosa Koko Gang, Makosi Gang, Tarot Card Gang, Chakra Hand, Stoners United, the Wake and Bake Gang, the queer and conscious, the black queer and conscious, the knowledge seekers, the black consciousness gang, the knowledge collectors, the woke gang, the anti-woke, the chakra hand, the energy healers, energy balancers. Welcome back, everybody, as long as we are here in love and light. Welcome back to another episode. For those who are new here, please, feel comfortable. Please do like, please do subscribe, please engage with us in the comment section. Please do educate us and correct us where we go short left or short right, whichever way is the wrong, whichever way is the right one. But welcome back to another episode, and we're expanding further on the concept, Het-Heru. So I do have my incense burning here today, and with my stone here. And the one thing that I forgot to mention in our intro episode is the metal year the season. So the metal year the season is copper. So get yourself these copper bracelets. So I wear mine like throughout wire for spiritual and health reasons, you know. But I like these copper bracelets because they're easy to get. Why? So you can get them go multi-market, you can get them go these retailers, they bought these clicks. So these are easy to get, and I like them so much because it also shows you once you are like toxic, not toxic, the hashtag, but like if you're unwell, you can see from your copper bracelet. So if it's shining like this, then it shows right now you are within, right? So today I wanted to touch on the principles. So I thought I'd do this next week, but then I think Banzo Abang Inspire Hair, I did cover it in the intro episode. Incense, Myrrh. So today I'm burning a rendition, Myrrh. So it is myrrh mixed with frankincense, which is what I was looking for. God, that other intro episode, the three wise men, kind of king the gift sailing. Aboko, who can elia fiction, abo a plagiarized in. But sorry. But I like the stony ones, the nice resin, and it just smells so amazing. And then guys, it's also Myrrh, I get, but it's also from we're gonna find all our words. So I'm gonna cover the turquoise stone as well as the incense in next week's episode, Harita spirituality episode. But let us get into today. So today I just want us to just transition nicely from our intro episode and also closing the asa, and then also focus on the few deities that Sekhmet Bast is associated with. So we're gonna speak on Het-Heru in association with Sekhmet Bast as well as Le Anpu, right? I did touch on Anpu in our intro episode, but I want us now to bring it a bit closer for us to make a little bit of sense for those people who are like, but go. All right. But yes, anyway, so there is, I know I haven't been outside in the longest, but I felt, we need to like bask in nature without these concrete jungles that we are creating for ourselves. So please bear with the noise across the road as well for the construction that is happening. But I think I have been audible. Holala, right? But anyway, so let's get into today's episode. So I just want us now to go back to Principle Het-Heru. So Het-Heru, we said that Asa now this energy that promotes new life and stuff like that. So now Het-Heru, so the sun now moves from the house of Aries, right, which is the beginning of the year, and then now moves into the house in Taurus. So when you see Sekhmet Bast in representations as well, you would see her as this divine and very sexy. So it would be like represented as the feminine, and then a woman with a solar disc. So solar disc would be representing the sun. And remember, we spoke of the triad, right? And remember association, the triad way Heru, which is Heru, the baby sun, and then Heru, younger son, and then our Het-Heru, right? And then what is the solar disc. So solar disc, and then her horns would be concave like this, right? So Beyonce did try, but she didn't do the horns things correctly, because Giboni, what she was trying to do, because the outfit nearly like a Nguni cow kind of outfit, one of the brown and white patches, she was wearing an outfit like that, but then her horns were like this, and those horns, get what should I see that? But it wasn't Het-Heru, but we got the concept. And it's so embarrassing, not embarrassing, but it's very nice. We can bring it down here where it's actually from, because my American content, you know, not by Taula, but yeah, they've been like exposed and aware to this content versus us down here, you know, where it's on Koteni, but it was refined in the northern regions and but let us come back. Yeah, so the sun moves now from the house in Aries and then moves into the house of Taurus, which is represented by the bull, right? And then in there was this rising life force ka asa season. So now when it enters the season, yeah, fertilize you. And I did remember my nguni term, kimbundisikazi ukuvunda. Yeah, for those who know Nguni will explain. But kimbundisikazi mamonon, so the one that expands. So principle Sekhmet bast is fertilization. So this vitality of this rising energy in the soil now enters a Het-Heru. Now why fertilize? So the principle is fertilization and the function is conception. So Het-Heru also deals with the energies there. Usually Hadi Kopani, but Het-Heru manages to kopanya these energies in order to augment and to present new life, right? So she is also, the association is also as a healer, right? And this is where now we marry her. Yeah, I think I'm a little obsessed with marriage, but it's Het-Heru. I'll speak of marriage, but we marry her to Sekhmet bast. And why we marry her to Sekhmet bast? And Sekhmet bast, remember Sekhmet bast healer yarona, right? And why? So in the mythology, it is described where when Ra wanted now to avenge the people that are going, or the people, or this chaos that was happening that is very anti-Ma'ad, Het-Heru was the one that came and embodied now this energy in our Sekhmet. So Het-Heru transitioned from being Het-Heru, goddess of love and festivities and joyousness and whatnot, and then Yaba Sekhmet passed. So that is why, and remember Sekhmet bast is also described as the eye of Ra. So that is the association. Yeah, Barkemang Sekhmet bast le Het-Heru. But it does not end there. So if you see in text as well, and those who are familiar with the Greek term, the bastardized term, the plagiarized term, the stolen knowledge term, so she's referred to as Hathor. Yeah. Hathor. Yeah, in the Greek text. So Bamu refer to that. So if you're familiar with the Greek mythology and Greek concepts of that, so that is the exact same principle, right? And then ceremony achache, remember we have ceremonies and rituals for these people. So ceremony achache is I think it's the joyous, yeah, so it's yeah, the festivities, the joyous festivities, that is the principle of achache. Oh, these birds are going insane, I love it. Anyway, so yes, in continuation to Sekhmet bast being Het-Heru, yeah, to Het-Heru being Sekhmet, right? So the fierce part of the healer part when Het-Heru transitions now, and then also remember the wine aspect is mentioned. So they would need to drink a vino ale, and then, but maybe we will revisit this. We will revisit this as well as the wine element. We'll revisit this where Sekhmet bast now gets drunk, and yeah, it looks like this blood, this wine, blood, and but anyway, I digress, commanders. So if you read in text, and I want to touch on the point that Gogo Bitumelo made when she was here, her perfect person. So she's an Anpu energy house person, and she said her perfect person is Het-Heru, right? So when you see on the zodiac sign, they're like a polar opposites, right? But how I want us to make sense of this. So Sekhmet Warona, actually they are consorts ki Anpu. So they have a bond just like Nutlike, but that unbreakable bond, right? But it's so fiery. You know how delicious toxic love feels like. So yeah, so Sekhmet bast, so Sekhmet le Anpu are actually an item and very unbreakable. They have that unbreakable bond. So when we now also discover that actually Het-Heru can be Het-Heru can transition through invoking and stuff. Abe Sekhmet bast warona. So you see where the association comes, or oh, actually it could happen. So, and because she's goddess of love and goddess of unions and whatnot, So I see how she can have like multiple people, you know, because in other texts, Het-Heru, but we go back to Sekhmet Warona. So this, not Sekhmet, to Het-Heru. Please, yeah, excuse me if I use them interchangeably, but I mean Het-Heru. So Het-Heru, also in other texts, they do not put the U there. So iba Het-Her, right? Still though, it means the house of Heru. So, but why mentioning this delicious fact here? So this is a representation, a nice representation of the divine feminine, right? And you would see how bringing it back now to the cow aspect of things. And I'm thinking now, like in all my research, and I think I did mention this in some other podcast, maybe that is why so with our dowry payments in Africa, we would use cows as that, you know. And if you see in other religions and other spiritual practices, the cow is very revered. And Het-Heru is also referred to as the celestial cow, right? And with other texts, they would also denote to how this is now the Milky Way that encompasses surrounding the sun. And remember, sun ki Horus or Heru on our own, right? This is where the Trinity thing we need to cover, right? So we make sense of the whole. The sun is the father, so Ra is Heru, Heru is Ra, then there's Heru, Heru ascended, Heru who's not ascended, Heru who's Ihi, you know. But we will do that episode. I need to stop saying the gonna in all my episodes now. But anyway, so going back there, so it's the celestial cow, and with other texts, how they would also associate it to come from the primeval waters. So the waters before the waters. So the waters before time. So timeless time. So they would also say, no, this is now the reflection ya noon, and that is how with some texts, bare now Het-Heru would also be coming from Nut combination of Nut le Ra, right? But this also denotes to the powers that she has. So Het-Heru possesses both the powers, the lunar powers as well as the solar powers. And remember, I did mention how she's able to combine the energies, right? And so you see this in how the Eye of Ra, this is now the solar aspect of her, the solar power of her, and then also the lunar aspect, and where she be associated a moon, what's the other god? But yeah, the moon element. And then we know King Likaoto mentioned how they go by the moon cycle in order for them to be able to plant kanako erai kind of thing, right? And so this also, we're gonna bring it our turquoise stone, but she's responsible also for enhancing our throat chakras, right? But we're gonna speak more on the throat chakra our Jehud season. But yeah, so we are now in the body of light, throat chakra yarona. So that is why, like, a lot of people that are born in the season or got the season, there's a lot of this is a season art as well, you know, art in terms of music, in terms of drama, so this is really like a very important season, you know. That's why now, that's why even corporate knows things that we don't know, you know. Wink wink, hello wink wink. So they know these concepts, you know, like rich people know these concepts. It's just misaligned, and I don't know why, but Baba so greedy and selfish got content. Share this content, but I guess liberated people is the people you cannot control. So maybe that is why. But yes, as I mentioned, for the ceremony, the festivities and joyous, I forgot what it's actually called, but it's a joyous ceremony, right? Where also wine would be an offering there. And then also why the cow? So the cow, why the cow in other religions, and why she's also associated with the cow. And I hope also they know where that comes from, you know, because also cows bring us that nourishment. Cow, if I the nourishment, that's milk, and it is associated with how now the Nile rivers and now they start flowing, which is also depiction of how Utako Nunu and that flowing of the Nile, the breaking and the, you know, yeah, the breaking of the waters would also be associated with the breaking of the waters. Yeah, Baba Sonko 49 months, and which gives birth to like proper new life, and you know. So, but yeah, let's not confuse it with the principle ya new beginnings. But I did say principle, fertilization and conception. Right. So this is also a type where now we are healing like these thoughts that you'd have, you know. So I implore everybody again, let us go back to our gratitude period, especially if you're going through a tough time. So the healer part of her also helps us heal, like in these, like if you've been living in your thoughts for the longest now and questioning yourself, this is the time for you to get the clarity. This is the time for you to use this stone as well, you know, and the turquoise stone, and enhance also your capabilities, you know, in the mental space. So yeah, maybe Cobra does know stuff that we don't know, you know, because also mental health month interesting. Yeah, so this is that time also to be healing that, you know, as much as you're celebrating Maroskaya over, right? Still be, yeah, some of us are actually going into another spiritual, not spiritual downtime, but an inner looking, and yeah, working from the inner to the outside. So there won't be too much madness from us, you know. But for those also who are looking into fertility and healing those fertility issues, this is the right time to do that right now. And I just want to check if I'm not missing anything, because sometimes I kick myself. Give me something. Yeah, so mentioning the lunar aspects, so she also aids in the dream space as well, where now if you've had like these troubling thoughts and not thinking, your mind is just being makoporo, shiki chaos in your mind. So this is the perfect time for that. Use and call upon the energy ya Het-Heru. Remember, these are energies and these are not people that we worship and are not related to us. But other scholars say differently. But yes, for us who are decolonizing and detaching from things that just want to control us. Yeah, so take it as an energy form. So call upon that. So yeah, lay off maybe too much substances if you do struggle with dreams, you know, because this is where now the energy of Het-Heru helps us to get the solutions to whatever's been troubling your mind then, you know. So this is Lauka, how she relates to Sekhmet Sekhmet the healer. So this is her lunar part of it, and then we did explain the solar part of her being, and how we introduced her Kanako 18 based on the solar activities, based on the movement, yeah, the sign, based on, okay. And remember, in this whole calendar, because it's based literally on the sun. So this is, so you need to also be able to get to a point where you think of yourself as the sun, incubate. So month, also see yourself as that. So that is why we also say we are gods, you know. We're not saying there's no supreme being and whatnot, you know. And yeah, I know I am delaying, but I think, yeah, I don't know, I'm delaying, but sharing fully that psychedelic journey, you know, how I'm saying, yeah, I'm leaning to, there's bigger things out there. There's literally bigger things out there, you know. But yeah, that is our Het-Heru in association with Anpu. That is our Het-Heru in association with Sekhmet, the healer. And yeah, that is what I have for us today. Happy today. I'll catch you guys and clarify a whole lot of things on the next episode. If you do have questions from this episode, please drop them, and the next Tuesday continue but happy today, happy loving each other. The lovers, fix your things as well. This is the perfect time. Unions, fix your things. The lovers, whatever's been troubling you in your mind, fix those things. And yeah, for more energy readings and people who deal with that, there's channels that I do mention. Neoya Badimo is back for chakra balancing. Go check her out. There's Divine Dibuo, she does tarot card reading things. And then there's also Gogo Melody Twala. She's, I think Funky Mom is a channel name, or if you look for Melody Twala, you see her. She's that goddess with with those super long dreadlocks. And then there's somebody else I forgot to mention, but anyway, I hope those are sufficient. Those that I do remember when I'm editing, I'll mention them. But happy today, man. I love each other. Also with, it's not just for lovers, also the friends. Yeah, fix your things, guys. Let us talk, especially Riteki throat chakra. So yeah, happy today, happy loving each other, happy unioning, happy festivity, but do not go overboard. Aunt and my aunt, and yeah.